and new WWE champion, Paul Bourgon. Put your hands together for Paul, everybody.
One of you guys has a crow problem.
Our Father, for I have sinned.
On the lips? I can't even make my own stuff funny. How am I going to make your stuff funny? Like,
Never have I ever had sex in a public location.
I've been a very bad boy.
That'll be 3 Hail Marys and a Blowski.
it was intended to be a fart, but it turned out to be more than just a fart.
Music to my non-existent ears, man.
Yeah, bada.
Yeah, Bada Badu, everybody. Welcome to the Six Nuts podcast. We are 3 comedians. We have 6 nuts between us. Not everybody has 2, so you guys figure that out. But I'm your host, Dave, joined as always by Jordan and Paul Bourgon. He's the only one on this show with a last name. Welcome, gentlemen. Now, you will notice something peculiar right off the bat. Up in the top right corner. That's no, this way.
Okay.
There is a logo. It's not the Six Nuts logo, and we're all wearing the same hat. Where did that thumbs up, man? Always throws me off. We are sponsored. This show is sponsored by Morin Supply. So shout out to our friend Jordan Angus for securing the sponsorship. Woo!
That's pretty cool. We're somebody's.
Yep.
You know that we're somebody's.
Jordan, we are officially sold out to corporate Canada. But maybe just fill us in. How did this come about? And tell us a little bit more about Morin Supply, man.
Yeah, absolutely. They're one of the biggest suppliers in the Ottawa-Gatineau region right now. So if you're in the construction business at all, you'll know of Morin Supply for sure. They supply all of our material needs, and for this episode, they supplied us with our beer for our favorite segment. What the fuck's our favorite segment?
What's it called?
Hold my beer.
My beer.
All right. This is Hold My Beer, where we go around the virtual room and we all introduce and talk about the beverage of choice for this episode. So, Jordan, we're going to give you the honors since this is you're our sales department, man. So you got the sponsorship. You lead us off, man.
Funnily enough, it's the sales department that supplied us with our beer for today. So shout out to Kiev. I'm going to be trying the Morin Supply Gatineau Gold Lager. I love lagers. I love pilsners, and I actually had one of these beers around Christmas time, and it was delicious. So I can't wait to bust this guy open again.
All right, so take a swig and give us your first impressions.
Oh, it's good. It's obviously a crafted beer, but it's a very good beer. Very, very good beer. I'm so glad I don't have to have one that's disgusting again.
Yes. Well, of course you're going to say it's a great beer, man. You're not going to get a sponsor until, oh, man, this beer sucks.
I'll let you guys all try the beer here, and I'll explain how I got this little deal worked out. Okay, so
all right.
I don't know, Dave. Do you want to go next, Dave?
Let's go down to Mr. Paul Bourgon. Right down.
Jordan's our sales department, and you're the director, producer. Like, what am I? Just
you're the talent. You're the talent, baby. You're the talent, baby.
A driftwood. Yeah.
No, the
so
talent.
I went with Jordan. Thanks for getting this set up, man. It's pretty cool that some people actually agreed to this. So
yeah,
I went with the Ride O Red Amber. I know you guys both kind of wanted to do the gold,
what?
but
wait, can you repeat that? What'd you say?
I went with the amber.
It
was
Ride
O Red.
Rito.
Ride, no, it's Ride O, like Rid, like Rid O, Rid water. Yeah. Oh, there's no space in between that. Yes, it's Rito Red. Yeah.
Oh, the Rito Red.
Yeah.
All right.
Take a swig. All I have are golds and pilsners and stuff like that. So I thought I'd go with the amber because sometimes these are pretty good. Hey, so cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. So that's actually not bad. It's really not bad, eh?
No, I know. I had the ambers are hit and miss, eh? Normally, like you either get a really good one or they're kind of nasty. And I was hesitant before I tried it, but it's actually not bad. It's not bad at all.
I'm not just saying that to make them be like, oh, okay, they like it. Ambers are always as soon as I take a sip, I feel like you have lemonade. I feel it right here, like it just like swells up. I don't know. Maybe I have throat cancer, but
Oh, Jesus, Paul.
but no, those are pretty. It's actually, for as far as ambers go, that's really good. So I like
Nice.
this hat though. Like I got a
That's
big
cool.
head, and hats don't usually fit me, and it's tight on my head, but it fits my whole entire, like it fits the bucket of my head. So thank those.
tight.
Make sure you thank those guys.
I will.
Tight. It's tight, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of thoughts going on in there, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's any kind of hat is tight on my head.
That's what she said. All right. What am I going with? The Gatineau Gold, same as Jordan's. Gatineau Gold Lager. So this exposure is probably worth about $5. So I had pre-opened it. I'm going to try it now.
I can't believe you didn't go for the Rid Red.
No, I was told this is what I'm drinking. Oh, this is nice. It's 5.1% alcohol. It's smooth.
Yeah.
Serving Ottawa and Gatineau one beer at a time. That's nice. No, I like it. Very good.
I honestly, God, as far as beer goes, like, how does it taste? You know what it tastes like? Beer.
Yeah.
Like when I'm detecting. No, you know what I'm detecting? That I'm going to be drunk soon. That's what I'm, you know. So like,
but some beers
I'm
are
not one of those people. But it's seriously like if you had to choose between drinking, you know, your piss and someone else's piss, whose piss would you drink? You know, like anyway.
Always someone else's. But my
I'm not saying
father-in-law.
all beer is piss. It's just beer isn't beer. Like I've never in my lifetime ever, not once have I been like, oh, I just need a beer. You know, I just need a beer. I've never like got home and couldn't wait to crack one open. You know, it's like I've said this before on the podcast. It's
Me too.
right?
Oh, I have. Like when I used to, and Jordan used to play softball. When I used to play softball on a hot summer night after a game, there's no, I couldn't wait to have a drink.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, get me a beer. I need one now.
But
my father-in-law,
somebody said, I've got this, like, you know, Icelandic mountain, pure cold water, you know, you take the ice cold beer, you know, after a game of softball. I mean, it's yeah, that's understandable. But like some people get home from work every day and they're like, oh, you know, I just need to get home and have a beer, you know?
Yeah, I do that. I work from home.
Jordan, you're like that? I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I'm just saying, like, you know.
Are you saying that Jordan may have a problem?
I didn't start it off by saying there's nothing worse than those people. I'm just saying I'm not like that. I drink beer for. Well, I mean, Jordan, I am worse than you because I don't drink it for the taste. I drink it to get to the, you know, get to the end.
Yeah,
you drink it to get paid. But I mean, there are beers that I can't stand. Like my father-in-law used to drink this British beer, and he drank it room temperature, and it was like drinking shit. Like it was horrible stuff. I don't know what kind it was, but it was like drinking friggin' tar. It was horrendous. It was horrendous. I'm like, you drink this? You're not my father-in-law anymore. Yeah. Anyway, he passed away. So,
okay,
he's no longer here.
I wonder why.
Yeah,
look at all that shit.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, we shout out to Morin. So you can see there in the top corner there, Morin Supply is sponsoring this episode, which is episode 16. Major news here. Major breaking news, gentlemen. Number one, we're at 49 subs, so we need one more. And I never, Raul always forgets to do this, so I have to do it. So make sure you like, subscribe to this channel. One more, and we're at 50. But this is huge news. Now, you may remember last week, we were kind of slightly slagging Germany.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Did we start World War III?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Almost. But we had Germany was in our top 5. They were number 5 in terms of viewership. They have dropped out of the top 5. They are now number 6, and India has jumped into the number 5 spot. And I think it's because of what we said. I think it's what we said. Germany's pissed off right now.
Yep.
Hey, well, when has that ever not been the case? Where Germany's not been pissed off? Like, you know,
I'm pissing people off all the time. I piss people off daily.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Jordan, I'll say you
no
don't
fault
piss
of
me
yours,
off,
though.
man. You don't piss
me
off.
I'm good. I'm glad that I don't piss you off, but I pissed some people off. I pissed somebody off on Thursday night.
Okay.
And Yeah.
Oh, do you want to talk about it? 'Cause
Uh,
we're listening. We're listening.
You want to talk about it?
What is that, Fraser Crane? I'm
Yeah,
listening.
yeah.
I'm listening.
Yeah, well, it'd be funny if you put it like do this the Frasier intro like
Oh.
blues are calling.
What is that? What are the lyrics there? Green eggs and
Hey,
scrambled,
baby, I hear the
scrambled eggs
blues
and
are
green
calling.
eggs.
Toss salad and scrambled
That's
eggs.
it. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, baby, I seem a bit confused, but hey, I got you, babe. And I don't know what to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs. They calling again.
Beautiful. All right. So Jordan, the floor
I
is yours,
think,
man.
I think those are the lyrics.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Oh, there's that thumbs up again.
Yeah. So
You're
I
in a
mean, if
safe
you-
space, Jordan. You're in a safe space. You can talk.
No one's
yeah. So no one
listening.
is listening. So I've done this bit before. I did it eventually kill. You know, like you get some people talking, and it's, let's say, a middle-aged lady demographic. Okay. So I'll say something like, "Oh, I'd like to welcome the desperate housewives of whatever city or town or whatever the fuck I'm in," and it usually hits very, very well. And you know, nobody gets offended. They go, "Ah ha ha," or "I love that show," or some crap. Okay. Thursday, you know, it was a little bit of a different night. We had a party upstairs for the open mic, so we had to run a little bit later, which was fine. I didn't care. You know, they were going to stay and watch some of the show. They knew what was happening. And I get up. It's time to start. I want to say it's like 9:30, so already a half hour behind. Right, the night's going to end up a lot later because we have, I think at this point we had 8 or 9 acts that signed up.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a busy night.
That's good.
And there was this group that had come for their party or soiree or whatever the hell they want to call it. And they were not extremely young. They're not 20-year-olds, okay? They're obviously, they fit in the demographic of where I'm going to set this up. But I had given them 15-minute warning, 10-minute warning, 5-minute warning. The show's going to start at this time. You know, please get your drinks, please settle in, and when the show starts, let's everybody be quiet. It's a nice way of saying shut the fuck up when we get going, okay?
Yeah.
Everybody else stayed quiet except for this soiree of ladies. And they kept going and talking. And I'm asking them to be nice. Yeah, like just shut up, right?
Like fucking.
Yeah. So I said,
hot dog wiener, you know.
I said,
going.
you know,
Sorry, keep going.
I just want to thank the ladies from the Desperate Housewives of Manitic for showing up today, and they laughed. Okay.
Good.
One of them had signed up, and I said, okay, we'll put you up first because they were going home or whatever, and they were like, oh, we're not ready to go first. I'm like, okay, have a couple glasses of wine, get settled in, blah blah blah. It's wine night, it's cheap, it's good, blah blah blah. Apparently, that offended them.
Oh.
Yeah, they were pissed off because I told them to go drink more. It's wine night. It's Thursday wine night. Everybody knows that. That goes into the restaurant. It's cheap. And they were not happy that I called them the Desperate Housewives of Manitic because they thought I was calling them old.
And you're in a bar.
And I'm in a bar.
And they're old.
That's what you do. You drink in a bar. You go to a bar to drink.
Anyways, yeah, you can't make everybody happy. It was everybody else was kind of like shocked that they got mad about that because I mean, I said,
Jordan, when they say you can't make everybody happy, it's mostly women. just mostly women.
Ooh.
You know, like,
right.
my mom and sister are pretty much the only ones I like. I've made my mom happy before. You know, I made my sister happy, but geez, who else?
You're on solo layout right now, so
I can see that. But you know, like yeah, like I don't want to go any further with this, but you know, you can't win. You can't win. Take me off. You can take me off this right now if you want.
I'm kind of enjoying putting you on the spot.
Yeah, well, you put me on the spot, but I just had to say one quick comment, not a.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean,
put a soliloquy in here.
Paul, I don't control. You know, I got Raul in the back, man. He's controlling all of the layouts, so you got to blame him.
Okay, well, Raul, I'll write your email later. Yeah.
Yeah. You hear that, Raul? Yeah. All right.
Raul, where's Raul from?
He's from
Ottawa.
He's from West.
Ottawa.
He's from West Carleton.
Yeah.
West Carleton. Yeah, it's a very West Carleton name.
Yeah, exactly.
Raul Pinchat from Vanier? Yeah.
No, it's Raul Smith. Raul
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah.
I thought it was Raul Polyev.
Anyway, Jordan, yeah, sorry, man.
Yeah.
I cut you off just to slag those women. But
But
Yeah,
you know
no,
what?
no.
It goes to last week's
Who cares,
conversation
man?
that we had, man. Like
Yeah.
everybody's so sensitive, man. And you know
But
what? You could be offended. You could find anything to be offended about. Like, Jesus, man.
I bring up the I never watched this much as a kid at all. But you know that old Star Trek saying, you know, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. And okay, I pissed one person off, but everybody else was having a good time. So what are you
I
supposed to
never
do?
heard that saying. The needs of many outweigh the needs of few.
No, I think that's Spock.
Is
Yeah.
it Spock? Oh, that guy's
Yeah.
genius, man. But here's a
Yeah.
question for you
Also,
guys.
he's also a nerd.
I'm going to throw this out to both of you. If you piss somebody off in comedy, does that mean you're doing well? Or it just means you piss somebody off?
I really think it depends on the context.
If
Because
you,
if
I
you-
mean, and
Yeah.
like if the rest of the
Yeah.
if the rest of the room laughed,
Yeah.
I mean, you did, remember I said last week. You know what I don't want to do ever is single someone out and make them feel bad in a public setting.
Yeah.
Might take you aside after and say, "Hey, man, why'd you throw that glass at me? I didn't like that." You know what I mean? Like, not that anybody never throw a glass at me. They would, but you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to make fun of someone or hurt someone in a public setting where other people can now gang up and laugh at them. That's not me. You know what I mean? That's bullying, and bullying up on a stage with a microphone. It's like ultimate bullying. Like you're signing up to bully professionally. A professional bully? Jeez.
Yeah.
So no, I would never want to hurt anybody. And I mean, if you didn't mean to do it, Jordan,
No,
Yeah.
I mean, my mother's watched that fucking show, and they're like in the same age bracket as these ladies were, and everybody after that said too, like, it's a good show. I don't like.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't-
they were just looking to get offended. But here's another question for you guys. Like, I've not been at this long enough to be like really heckled. But have either of you, Jordan or Paul, been heckled? Like has someone come at you really, really hard? And if you have, how did you handle it?
go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, no, I've been heckled. I was heckled Thursday, but it was okay because it was like back and forth. So they heckled and said something because these ones who were heckling were younger kids, like in their 20s, early 20s, and so they see comedy shows where if you heckle, you get roasted back, and I'm very quick, and every time they said something, I would say something worse, and I said, "You keep it up, I'm just gonna end up fucking you. So shut the fuck up."
So do you have like canned responses?
No, I usually look at the person and I will click on whatever that person can
whatever,
give me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't typically have something lined up and ready to go. Like Jimmy Carr says, I don't go to where you work and slap the dick out of your mouth. You know, like that's his go-to. But
Yep.
I don't have anything like that.
So is the guy slapping the dick out of Jamie Carr's mouth? Like,
I think Jimmy Carr's slapping the dick out of whoever's mouth. I think he just wants to slap some penis. But
okay.
you know, to each their own. It's Gay Pride Month. If you want to slap a penis, go ahead. You're allowed.
Yeah.
What about you, Paul? Have you ever been heckled at all, or?
No, I don't think I have. And I've been asked the question before, and
Yeah.
I honestly I find that my style of humor, I really don't antagonize that. You know, I really don't pick on. I don't do crowd work where I single someone out or pick on some or just talk to someone and give them the option of doing that. You know, and it's not to say that I never will be. It's just that I find the types of jokes that I say, you know, and the type of humor that I have, I mean, people are heckling me with their faces because their faces are like,
Yeah.
like what did he just say? Like they're too confused to heckle, you know. So yeah,
Well, you got a lot of one-liners too, right?
I don't get a lot of people who be like, "Oh, that sucks." Or you know, if somebody was like, I don't know, you know, so I can't imagine what they'd say, but I don't know how I'd handle it. I don't have that sharpness of a response. I'm usually the guy that like is driving home like, "Yeah, I should have said that. Freaking yeah, this red shirt. I should have said he's a red loser. I should have said that." you know, and then punch him. You know what I mean? I love that. The way home, like, and then I punch him in the face. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think you bomb enough. Like, if one of your jokes doesn't land, like, you're self-deprecating, so you kind of make fun of that. So there's really no need to heckle you, right? Because you're kind of heckling yourself in a way.
I'm not self-deprecating. I'm just stating
well, no,
facts.
not about you, like maybe about the joke. You know what I mean? Like, you're not putting yourself down, but you're putting the joke down or whatever. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say. All right, I'll shut up.
You
now.
yourself, Dave? Have you ever done it?
No, I've never been heckled. I've not been doing this long enough to be heckled.
Yeah. Maybe that's the case too, right? Like, we've only been doing it, a few years. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and both your comedy styles, right? You don't really deal with the crowd too much. You guys have your own styles, right? Mine, I like to incorporate the crowd a little bit towards my set work. But funny enough,
it gives them, like, if you're talking to one person in the crowd, then you're talking to another person, and
it gives them an opportunity.
You're like having a back and forth. Then it sort of gives other people who might just be sitting on a loaded gun, ready to pop, and they might just it sort of opens it up to the rest of the audience. You know what I mean? That they we're allowed to talk here.
I'll give you so you guys ever work with Karthik Kumar? He's a comedian here.
Karthik?
Yeah, he's from Canada. Yeah. He's from Stittsville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great guy too.
Yeah, love that guy.
Super guy.
Great guy.
Yeah.
I'll explain how good of a guy he is in a second. I did it on Thursday as well. But he came with another comedian who I hadn't seen yet, Bhavin. So it was a group of brown dudes, and they were all sitting at one table, and there was another gentleman there as well. And I had talked about how, like, when I came into Manotick, the first show was all white people, and I've slowly brought in, a bit of diversity. And I'm like, I don't know why we keep segregating them into one table, And Karthik's like, this is the no-fly zone. And I immediately, I don't know why, but I said to him, no-fly zone? I thought this was the no-fly list right here.
Right away.
Yeah. I look at him, I'm like, I thought this was the no-fly list. He goes, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's funny. That's funny.
It was quick. It was fun. But
you're good.
He's a good guy. My Facebook account got hacked fucking months ago, and they had posted on my.
He admitted right away that it was him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Good guy. Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. He did say that on stage too.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy.
He's like, he was the only one who messaged me though that was letting me know. Like, everybody else was commenting on a post that I had died. Oh my God, are you okay? Well, if I was dead, I'm not gonna respond to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
man. Wow.
Yeah.
Well then.
That's interesting. Well, you know what?
Where do we go from here?
We got mail, guys.
Yeah, mail.
We got mail. We got 3 questions from viewers.
Okay, hold on. So, we got to do that Blues Clues thing, Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. You don't know that song? Okay.
I
Blues
know it.
Clues?
I have a boy.
Yeah, Blues Clues.
I thought you said Booze Cruise. I'm like, we got to do that Booze Cruise thing. I'm like,
yes. All right. So we got 3 questions. I'm going to bring them up. You're going to see them up on the screen there in a second. I'll throw these out to you guys. If you want to answer, go ahead. If you don't,
are these actually from viewers?
These are from viewers.
Okay.
So the first one comes from an M Hunt. And his question was, what advice would you have for someone just starting in stand-up comedy? So I've only been at this couple of years, so I don't feel qualified to answer this. So I'll throw it out to you, Paul, yourself, and or Jordan. Just
Jordan's been here the longest, but I can give you a quick answer if you want.
Yeah, go for
it. Go
ahead,
Paul. Expect them not to laugh. Deal with that. Feel the feeling, and get to know the feeling of. I'm not just trying to be funny here, but like, it's like expect them to not laugh. So like when you say something and you're like, like radio. Who needs a radio? Like, you know what I mean? And you think that as you say it, you're expecting a reaction and you don't get it. That can hit you. You know what I mean? And so you lose your flow with that. So if you expect that and you're able to deal with that silence, expect them to not laugh, and then what's the worst that can happen, right? So
Yeah, like if somebody's funny around the water cooler doesn't mean you're going to be funny on stage,
100%,
right? Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
All right, Jordan, anything you want to advise on this young gentleman, Mr. M. Hunt? I wonder what his first name is.
Mike.
It could be Mike. It could be, I don't know. It could be Murray. Who knows?
I'll give you 3 things real quick. Identify what kind of comedian you are in terms of, are you storytelling? Are you a one-line comedian? Are you a prop comedian? Physical comedian? You need to identify what kind of comedian you are. Okay.
Yep.
Number 2, you need to write a type 5. So you need to have something that's going to work and you can settle in for 5 to 6 minutes. Everybody says type 5 because they're hoping for a minute of laughter. That's what they're hoping for. They don't always get it, but that's a very important thing. And number 1, when you have your type 5, don't just settle on that and be like, okay, we got it, we're done. Now let me make a whole new type 5. No, keep revising and fixing it. You can write new material, but see if you can throw in one of those jokes that you've written into your type 5 set, so that way you can play with it. You don't want to completely go into a set with brand new material all the time, because you're not being able to structure everything else that you're working on. So you need to have some groundwork, a foundation. So work on your type 5.
No, great advice. But here's another one. And again, to both of you, a follow-up question to this. How much, like if you try a new joke and it doesn't work, how many chances do you give that joke before you drop it?
Depends on where you are. Like Ottawa is tough. Ottawa, if you're lucky, you'll get 3 to 4 gigs a month, right?
Yeah.
So some people won't even take the time to try it again. They'll just pitch it because their next gig's not coming for another week or 2, right?
Yep.
If you're in a city where you can do multiple shows in a week, I would probably try to work it out about 3 or 4 times to see if you can refine it a bit. And if it's just not hitting, put it aside for now, work on it again later, because it might hit later if you have a fresh mind on it.
Right.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that. Yeah. It's, mind the joke, really. I think it's Rory Scovel who said it. Like, it's important to mind your joke. Like, find every way. If there's something there that you think is funny and you wrote it down on a piece of paper or in your book or whatever, it's something that you clearly think there's fire there, right?
Yeah.
So find every way. That just because you thought of something that didn't work, it doesn't mean that that's the right way to say it. Like, how many times have you guys wrote something down or thought of something, and then when you read it after, you're like, that doesn't seem funny, but it's the way you wrote it down, right? But there was something that caused you to do that. You're like, oh, this is funny, but like, that's the problem with this is, and the reason why they say write it down right away is because you if you don't, first of all, you're going to lose it. It's going to be gone. Or second of all, it's the process, the thoughts in your head that the sentences you said in your head that made you laugh or whatever. That's that's the whole like part of the joke. It's the soul of the joke.
Yeah, it's the essence of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like somebody reading you one of your jokes or reading your book. They're just like, yeah, okay, So just because the way you wrote it or whatever, it isn't funny. It's. Do you guys ever write something and you sort of add a space, or you add a pause, or you add a ... to try to emphasize that sort of pause
delivery? Yep.
Yeah.
The way I write things, man, I write arrows, I write pauses, I write like asterisks, I tie things in, it's but it's visually, I know, okay, that means do an impression of it. That means say it out loud. That means, make a face as a, you know what I mean? It's because if I don't, when I reread it, it'll just be like, I think crows got their name because of the way they sound,
Yeah.
If I didn't like write in big C, big R, big O, big W, exclamation point, like crow, like, you know what I mean? Like, I would, it'd be like, no, that's why the whole, anyway, you get it.
No, I get it. And one thing that this is not advice, but I found this out by accident. I had a particular joke, and I was saying it in a certain tone, and the joke was bombing. And I said it by accident in the complete opposite tone, and it got lots of laughs.
Yeah.
And it was just purely by accident. It wasn't strategic or anything. But
Can I ask you a question here? For real, is this M Hunt? And I'm like, Mike Hunt. Is this actually from other people? These questions actually from other people?
This one came in from Bangladesh.
You're fucking with me right now. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Anyway, we got to move on to the next question. Again, open to anybody who wants to answer. The next question came in. This one came in from Anonymous. I'm a 32-year-old married man, but I think I might be gay. How should I handle this situation?
Well, you are. If you think you are, you are. Done. You know what? I mean, I don't know if I want a penis in my mouth, but I mean, you guess what? You do. You know?
I
mean, tell your wife. She clearly does. You know? Maybe you can get some going.
But
here,
Tweety,
you know what I mean?
put-
The Jersey Turnpike.
this on.
Coming into the station at the same time. Who knows? She might be down with it.
Put this on, and instead of me and you, maybe you and
exactly.
me. And
yeah.
If I like it, we have to have a conversation after.
He always wants me to put this mustache on, this trucker hat. He wants me to speak in a deeper voice. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. No, that's solid advice. Solid. Anyone else have anything else to say on this one?
Is this a legitimate question that we got? Like, because if so,
he's making these up, Jordan. He
has to be. No one cares about if we have an opinion on
it.
this.
Us, you know?
Yeah.
Just because I know the fucking theme song to Frasier, it doesn't mean I'm a fucking psychologist. Like, you know.
I have a men's self-help group. Come in, come out to our monthly meeting. We can work this out for you.
Yeah.
All right. What is that group called? It's the United Nations of
masturbation. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get to the bottom of it
today. Masturbating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was what we talked about yesterday, and it's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. So.
All right. I think we've answered this question very thoroughly. Great advice. Thank you, gentlemen. We got one more question. And again, this came from Anonymous.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
I work as a baker in a donut shop and frequently like to have sex with the donuts. Am I weird?
Yes, you are. You are. Is it the same guy that emailed about the I think I'm gay?
No, it's not the same guy.
Yeah.
I'm never eating Boston cream donuts again.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Wow.
So you're saying he's weird, right, Paul? Yeah. But you know what? I'm going to take the other side to this, man. Like, hey, in this day and age, it's 2024, man. People are into a lot of things.
Oh, shut up.
You know what?
In this day and age, it's all right to fuck donuts at the donut shop that I work at.
Maybe.
No, we're not at that day and age yet. You know?
All
right. So, and I mean, you know, how those donut holes are about that big, right?
Hey, you can't judge on the size of a man.
I can't frequently have sex with donuts, but I can't feel anything yet.
Well, what if it's one of those big crullers that's got a big hole in the middle?
Yeah.
What cruller do you know has a big hole in the middle?
Yeah, really.
No, I'm just saying. I've heard. I haven't seen it.
I'm so susceptible to like going out and just getting a dozen donuts, bringing them home, and eating 5 of them by the time I get home. Like all this donut talk, you know.
And what do you do with the other 7?
I fuck them.
You don't work in a baker. Let's clear the air right now. None of us work in a baker.
No,
I do not work in a baker.
No, we don't work in a donut shop. Just for the record.
I mouth fuck them. Yeah.
All right, so that is the end of our questions. Yeah, do we have anything else we want to talk about before we get to final thoughts?
Not at all. I don't think so. None of you have anything that you'd like to bring up?
Well, I'd like to bring up the fact that again, this is sponsored by Morin Supply, and I'm drinking the Gatineau Gold Lager. And it's a great beer. It really is. I'm not just saying that. It's a good.
You know what? Okay, no.
I remember the first time I finished a beer on a. I'm not kidding. When I
did you finish it?
All
right.
I would absolutely go and buy the Ride O Red Amber. I would 100% buy that again.
Here's what's the funny thing is, okay, we were at a construction symposium and they were giving out beer tokens or whatever, and I had this during the holiday season, and I was like, I need new beer for the podcast. So I strictly, when I buy beer now, because I have a complex, I need beer for the podcast, then I need a new beer,
exactly.
and it
Yep.
I've
stresses
almost a ton of beer
me
in my
out.
fridge right now. It's just
Yeah.
like I'm like, you stock up, and this way you know. But I'll tell you this: I promised you guys last week because I kept drinking the big rigs. I promised you guys last week, and Jordan, I didn't know that this would happen. That
No.
we'd be sponsored here, but I do have like completely different beers in my fridge. So I promise is a promise, and I never break a promise.
And I think we should, in a future episode, we should all go with a German beer because we need Germany back in our top five. We need Germany back in the top five, man.
Stiegel.
We can buy some German beer and talk about the band Electric Callboy because they're German, and we'll get so many subscribers.
We talk about them too.
Yeah. And Rammstein, and it'll be
nice.
Love to talk about Rammstein.
Awesome. Let's go.
German sausage on the air. I created a new intro video for Jingle All the Way.
Oh.
Obviously, we can't use it, but do you guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you guys maybe listen to it and maybe critique it? If it's good, I did it. If it's shit, Raul did it.
Okay.
So
cool.
Here's the the intro video for Jingle All the Way.
Dave, I'm being serious when I tell you this, Dave.
Yes.
It's the best thing you've ever done.
It is a fart version of Jingle All the Way. The Christmas.
Dave, seriously, man. Serious, guys, can we be serious for a second? Dave, it's the best thing you've ever done, man. It's the best thing you've ever done.
Paul, that hits me hard, man.
Yeah.
That hit my soul.
Dave, I gotta tell you, man, I loved that.
I'm in tears, man.
That was awesome.
Well, I'm getting.
Look it. I'm 42 years old. Yeah. You know what's still funny to this day? Farts.
Oh, I love it.
I told you guys about that tape I had. This is coming from a kid that recorded 60 minutes of farts on a recorder.
You still have that tape?
I sure do, boy.
We need to play part of that.
Not a chance. Although, you know what? Chance. There's a chance.
Is it you making the sounds? Is it you making the sounds with your mouth, or is it actually you?
Oh no, dude! It
farting.
took me months. That's the reason why I wanted this hand recorder. I was like, Mom, you know what I want? One of those voice recorder things. Like, you mean a yak back, or you mean a talk boy? Like, no, the professional ones. Like, it's for sure. It's like a Sony. Like, let's put you eject, put a little tape in. I've done this before. I've talked about this before on the podcast.
I remember.
We must play some of that. We have to.
Oh God! All right,
we have to.
All right, you know what? Fuck it. Let's play it. Yeah.
All right. Next,
I'll find it. I'll try to find it. I mean, I don't know.
Oh yeah, try
it. In the second drawer in the spare bedroom, in the middle, down in a white bag with the rest of the tapes. I mean, it might be there. Yeah.
We will dedicate 16 minutes to that.
It's honestly, honestly, God, the way I look at it, it's like a dead body that I buried. Like, I know exactly where it is. I haven't lost track of it. It's like, oh, geez, I can't remember where I buried that body. No, you know exactly where you buried that body. Like, you know what would be really weird? If you didn't know where it was. Like, if you didn't know where your fart tapes are,
Yeah, because everybody has a fart tape. Well, let's be honest.
No, not like this. Not like this.
All right. So there you go. Something for the viewers to look forward to. With that, it is time for final thoughts. Jesus Christ, I love that air guitar that Bourgon was putting down, man. That's awesome. So final thoughts. There's Paul with his pussy. Let's go to you, Paul. Final thought.
Final thoughts. Well, getting your ear licked, while you're doing final thoughts is something. I mean, I did Absolute Comedy last week, and it was get down there. Yeah, you're down. I just touched her asshole with my hand. I did Absolute Comedy last week, and it was awesome. It was so good. I walked off stage, and I was like, "That's how you do it."
What was awesome about it? Like every joke landed?
Well, I couldn't even get through my first joke because I was like, I don't know if you guys do this. Like, okay, should I open with this one? Should I open with that one? I do that on the way in, looking at the people coming into the club. And my first joke, I was like debating whether or not I should do it. And a table of like 30 women walk in, 30 for a retirement party. And I'm like, oh,
wow.
Yeah. And it was about Vagisil. It's basically the joke is, you've heard it, eh?
Yeah.
I'm just basically like, I feel like the makers of Vagisil probably could have come up with a different name for that product. And that's it, you know? And I get up and I like grab the mic and I'm like, I feel like the makers of Vagisil, and they started laughing, and it was like 7 Mississippis, like of.
That's a great start, man. What a feeling.
Of them laughing, of the crowd laughing.
That's awesome.
I had to then get to the and it's all it is like I feel like the makers of Vagisil probably could have come up with a better name for that product. That's what I say. You know, there's no real like uppercut of a punchline there. Anyway, so I did that and it was really good. So it pumped me up. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I got chosen for the Prove Your Comic competition.
That's the absolute one, right?
Yeah, it is.
Sweet. You'll have to give us the dates when you know it.
July 9th.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So
July 9th.
I'm up. Apparently they got a ton of people entries, and they for some reason chose me.
I think it's random, right? Is
We're
it
a bunch
random?
of idiots. Yeah, they chose me.
Yeah.
So anyway, no, I'm excited for it, so that's good.
That's awesome, man.
Joe, not your average Joe, asked me if I wanted to do a Cornwall on the 20th, so I'm doing that. I don't know if you guys are going up or anything.
20th of what? July?
June, yeah.
June, okay. That's next, not this week. No, the week after.
Not this week, but next week, I believe.
Yeah, beautiful.
So, you know, some things are coming on, you know, and I know a couple weeks ago we were talking about, like, you know, there's a lull. I'm not having many shows, you know what I mean? And then, you know, next thing you know, one thing happens, and then it you know what I mean? So for that M. Hunt guy, you know?
yes.
He's wondering about comedy, like, don't get discouraged by your lulls, you know what I mean? It's a part of the whole process, not just comedy, but of life. And, you know what I mean? Take the good with the bad kind of thing. It's insert cliche here. So anyway, that's pretty much my final thoughts. This was good. And again, to Morin, that was a really good beer. I'm excited now to try the gold, because that's what I usually go for. Is you know, a normal Pilsner or whatever. You know what I mean? But Jordan, you finished yours too. I could hear by the sound of the can.
Nice.
But I can hear by the sound of the can that we're done. Yeah.
Yep. Well, Jordan, I'm going to save your final thought to talk about Morin to end the show. So I'll give my final thought now. We got Cornwall this Thursday. The LOL Entertainment. We got that on Thursday.
You're doing it?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a carryover show from last month that got canceled. So they're bringing us all back. I'm doing a 50th wedding anniversary Saturday in Westport, so I'm looking forward to that. I just need to find a way to get there, but I'll make sure to get there.
I'll drive you if you want. $100
to Westport, sure. Yeah, $100. Well, then I'll be paying to do the show. All right, so no, that's it for me, man. So and thank you again to Morin Supply.
All I gotta say to Morin is
the thumbs up, man. Give us that. There it is. So let's end the show. Final thought from you, Jordan Angus.
All right. So yeah, Thursday we're headlining. Oh, I'm headlining in Cornwall. Dave's going to be there. Paul, I was actually going to ask you, buddy. I have Thursday open mic covered. Did you want to carpool with us and come on down? They have a lotto spot. It'd be pretty sweet for the Six Nuts to make an appearance in Cornwall together as a team for the first time.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right. I'll pick you up after I'm done work.
Absolutely.
Cool.
The three of us are going to go in the car together?
Woo!
Yep.
100%.
Yeah. It's going to be a jam-packed car, but yeah, we're all going to be in the car. I'll pick everybody up and we'll drive down.
In the car?
Hey, why don't we record? We can record that night in the car.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe not.
For ideas, but no,
Wait.
yeah, I'm definitely down with going. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I'll pick you up. Yeah, I got a lot of shows coming up. I'm headlining Cornwall. This month is busy. You can check all that out on my Instagram page at Jenga's Comedy. Huge thank you to Morin Supply. I was really just trying to buy your beer, and you guys went above and beyond. Yeah, I'm gonna flip that cap back. You guys went above and beyond. Not only do you supply my work with a whole bunch of material and everything that we need, but you also help supply this episode with hats, with beer, with the little logo up there for us in the corner. So thank you, Morin Supply.
Love and compassion and fun.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You guys were like, "Hey, when's your show?" I said Friday. You popped up at my work on Thursday, and we're like, "Here you go. Here's a little kit for you." And yeah, that was awesome. So thank you, Morin Supply.
Excuse me. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah.
Thank you, Kiev. And yeah, we're gonna test out the other beers next week. Awesome. So thank you guys for drinking with me. I would take a sip, but it's empty. So.
Fantastic. Well, that wraps up episode 17. So thank you, Paul. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, India. Your top 5. And Germany, we still love you. With that,
thank you.
We will see you all next time.
See you, boys.
Come again.
And new WWE champion, Paul Bourgon. Put your hands together for Paul, everybody.